set up for all the spaceships. Meet us on Mars. Don't need a spaceship. The crew is deep with multicolored faces. We spend our night crawling through spaces. We got a room set up for all the spaceships. Meet us on Mars. Don't need a spaceship. The crew is deep with multicolored faces. It's the VR boys. Dope you in the man on the bar train. Dope you in the man on the bar train. Dope you in the man on the bar train. Dope you in the man on the bar train. Dope you in the man on the bar train. Dope you in the man on the bar train. Dope you in the man on the bar train. Keep it moving, keep it grooving, little honey. What I did with some hard ass homies. We the bomb on the bar train. Never thought that we picked this far. You want me around with the start? Drop a link in, now we on. Talking mama, something think about you on chain. I'm in the middle with the gang and the blockchain. Token gated beach house, come follow me. They design of the best like always. Yeah. Double you in the middle on the blockchain. Every day I be on with my spaceship. Ship you out, love you on to the spaces. Yeah. Double you in the middle on the blockchain. We spend our night crawling through spaces. We got a room set up.
Thanks for coming today. I just wanted to say hit that bottom right button and make sure we spread the word, spread the love. Make sure you're sending out those retweets. We got 3 retweets on the space today. Let's see if we can get a few more of those. And then use that secret button in the right-hand lower right corner and share the love. I'm going to turn the music back up while we wait for a few more people to enter the room. Hey, CC, how are you? Happy Metaverse Monday.
Hey, welcome. I've got everything set up. We've got our live stream rolling. Dubes is sitting next to me here in my gallery, looking very cool in his helmet. I think we're all very excited for today's show. Welcome to Metaverse Monday. This is episode 19. I think it's 19. I'm pretty sure it's 19. I'd like to welcome my co-host Prism. Meta Mike had to step away from the seat for a little while. So Prism has stepped into this nice, cozy, warm seat next to me, and he's already bringing the party. So I'm so excited to have you here, Prism. Thank you so much. Today, we are going to be doing an AMA with the one, the only mayor of the Metaverse, Jay, about his Lux Studios opening and all things Metaverse, to be honest, because Jay is a wealth of knowledge. But before we dive in, I just want to welcome everybody. Please retweet the room. I want to say hello to my diner crew, Reina, Pharaoh, nice to see you, NS5, Utopian, Ira, Mohammed, Songs of Eden, so many beautiful faces. I love you all. Thank you for coming today. I'll turn the mic over to Prism. Welcome.
Thank you so much for having me today. Yeah, I'm really excited about today's show. I know when I went into this space, I think it was a few weeks ago, I got a preview of it, and it was just incredible. So you guys are in for a treat, and super excited for what's coming next. Let's do it. As I didn't talk long enough, I'm just going to keep talking. For those that are new to the room, the all we have to do is show support. We want to make sure that we are using the spatial.io platform today. That is one of the platforms we're using, and it's pretty easy to set up if you're new to it. All you have to do is go to spatial.io and set up an account, and you can join us on this journey through the metaverse.
And all you need is an email, right, Prism?
That's right. All you need is an email. You don't even, you can have a throwaway email if you wanted to, but yeah, you just need an email address, and that's all you need to get started.
Awesome. Thank you for that, Prism. Lovely reminder. Um, Jay, would you like to introduce yourself, please?
Yeah, well, y'all don't ignore that mayor of the Met. It's totally self-given. It's one of those, what do they call them, self-appointed titles. Nobody had it, so I mean, somebody had to get it before Zuckerberg got it. But yeah, no, we've been Spatial is like our newest platform that we work with, and my God, it sucks that Monaverse is doing their Monaverse Monday at the exact same time. I just reached out to them and was like, guys, we got to schedule this better because we could be in each other's spaces, you know? So, yeah, they're going to hit me back. So, yeah, yeah, loving Spatial. And man, the launch was great. We did a party there. I think we brought in like 1,000 people, like 200 people probably signed up for Spatial accounts and all that good stuff. So, we onboarded a good amount of people into that party and it was lit. Everybody came by. Stilo was there. We had a couple of artists perform, and yeah, it was crazy. My computer kept crashing. It was great.
We love it when we break your computer.
It's not my
Awesome.
computer, it's my internet. It's really bad here. Like the United States, I think they said that we have like the slowest internet and the most expensive internet in the entire organized world. So we have to battle with that, you know?
Yeah, that tracks. That totally tracks. We have a special guest today. We have Creative Owls. How are you doing today, sir?
Good. First time here, first time in the metaverse. Just trying to learn from some of you leaders of what this space is all about. So I'm just listening and excited to hear what you guys are working on.
Okay, well, if you want to go ahead and go to spatial.io and sign up for an account with your email, we can show you around.
I appreciate it. Thank you. No, I just want to say what's up, and I just want to see what Lux is doing. I know the Lux has been working on a couple things. I know you guys are cross metaverses, so it's good to see you guys on Spatial and bringing in some new users. It really helps the whole community, right? When you onboard people and we can collaborate. So I look forward to hearing what you're doing. Look forward to eventually maybe collaborating with you. And I also look forward to breaking spatial with you as we usually do. So look forward to hearing from that. But I just want to give a shout out to the new guy, the new co-host Prism, for stepping up. You look good up there, and you sound great. I'll turn it back over to you, CC.
Thank you. From the news desk, we have Creative Owls. So I wanted to dive right in to some questions for you, and then I was going to open up the floor afterwards to Q&A from our audience. I jumped into a little sneak preview of, I think it was your CryptoLex environment a few weeks back, and we got to talking, and you're just such a well-rounded and very interesting human, and I'm sure you get that a lot. So I wanted to drag you onto my show and share you with the world. So here we are. And I was curious, how did you get into NFTs? Where did the journey begin for you?
Oh, I got into it like super long ago. Like I remember when the Bored Apes like first started minting and stuff like that. I wasn't buying at that time, but I did get my hands on a couple of them in the early days, and I wish I'd never lost that wallet. But yeah, I my God, I can't describe how many wallets I've lost on this journey. But I got into that because I saw a technology that they had unleashed that they hopefully wanted to control, but they couldn't control. Like I think Gucci said it best. The guy from Gucci said it best when he says, "I can't compete with people in their basement with server racks." You know, so it does. I saw an opportunity to level the playing field, and we've been messing with VR for a while. Like we've done VR spaces and VR chat and older VR platforms. Second Life. Oh my God, I used to be a complete builder in Second Life at one point. I was making pretty good money at it too. And but the thing is with those platforms, they were in their infancy. Like if my God, I couldn't imagine what we would have done if we had spatials tools or these Web3 logins and stuff like that. So when I saw that, honestly, I was waiting for Second Life to do it. I was like, okay, Second Life's going to be the first, all that stuff, you know. But they just never did. And then I messed with spatial back before legs, back when it was just used as like just businesses talking to one another, you know, just conference rooms basically. I started using it that for that because I wanted a virtual office, but because I couldn't pull up my computer and stuff in there, I had to give it up. But when I came back and saw I remember I came back the day I saw the Ready Player Me implementation, and I was like, okay, we have legs now. This should be interesting. So, and then with the Web3 implementation and everything like that, it's 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 not the most advanced platform, but it's getting there. And once they release these Unity package uploads, they're going to be a major player. That in itself is going to be a game changer. That's going to give us the ability to bring our game elements, our story elements, because we have the team that builds all this stuff. We just need access to the technology, you know, basically.
That is incredible. So you were saying that you thought Second Life would be first at sort of adopting this decentralized sort of platform, kind of like naturally move into it. What was it about the secure wallets and everything that made it attractive to you that you thought Second Life would sort of dive into that?
Because Second Life had the experience with their Linden dollar system, their exchange rates, and all that stuff. But the downside of Second Life's platform is it's all locked in their platform, kind of like how Roblox, everything, all their stuff is locked onto their platform. Now, Roblox is a different story. It's because it's children. You can't exactly give children full access to Web3 wallets and stuff like that unsupervised. Totally understandable. But with Second Life, I really don't know the story, and I'm so curious to know why they never saw what Zuckerberg was doing and was like, we did that already. Hey, y'all want to build a metaverse? Come on, you know?
That's so interesting. I love that because I've been seeing Second Life builders hop into spatial, very similar to you, who see sort of the opportunity available to them here in spatial. So kudos to that. I think you are the first Second Life builder that I've met. So yay! Let's see, Prism, do you have any questions before I move on?
I was just gonna say that's amazing. I've actually met somebody else that was doing a lot of Second Life work, and they've just encountered spatial, looking for that Web3 adult, professionally focused environment, and I think that's really smart. I also was gonna follow up on like the Unity packages, like what kind of things you mentioned, like more story. What kind of things are you thinking about? For that, because I know Spatial is asking a lot of questions about like what kind of things that you would be doing with it, and if you're talking to Spatial about those things, if you'd like to share any of that with us, that'd be awesome.
Well, one of the things we did recently was we teamed up with Baker E Designs, the guys who basically built all the theme park attractions for Disney, Universal. I think they just completed Jurassic Park, Japan. Pretty much any major theme park, these guys designed it. And what we're doing with them is we're going to create like full blown experiences. Like when I first brought them into Spatial, it was we had a lot of workarounds. Let's just say that, but we figured out a system to bring like a story to it that we're working on right now. But we kind of put that on hold, and we're going to wait for the Unity package because it'd be great to have trigger plates that trigger. Like one of the things that we're going to do is a storytellers of the Native Americans, where you go from room to room to room, and as you, it's going to work. Like the thing about Disney is, I went to CalArts as well, so I'm very familiar with the way that they train people. And what they do is if you ever notice when you go to Disney World, you never really want to buy any of that stuff you see in there when you first walk into Disney World. That's why they don't really sell any of the stuff at the front gate. Where they sell it is at the end of the rides. So the whole time you're on that ride, you're not just experiencing a ride and all that stuff. You're being bombarded by advertisements for the products being sold outside of that ride to the point when you get off, you want that t-shirt or whatever. And that's kind of what we're trying to bring into Spatial. What we're going to bring into Spatial is a consumer base because it's great, it's in its infancy and everything like that, but Spatial is their job is to cater to the creators, and us as creators, we have to cater to an audience, we have to cater to consumers, things like that. So once we bring in consumer bases, our creators can start making money, and creating more interactive, how do you say, communities and stuff like that from within Spatial. And those Unity packages, a lot of the other platforms have them already, but they lack VR support. I think the only one that has it is VR chat, but VR chat doesn't like monetization. They find you monetizing, they shut you down, unfortunately.
That's actually a really surprising fact. I'm shocked that somebody would not let you monetize on a platform. So that is news to me. Thank you for sharing that. Um, there's so much to follow up on, but I think I need to move on to the next question. So I feel like you answered this a little bit, what brought you into the metaverse. But I was wondering, is there a pre-J story before the metaverse? What were you? Who were you? What were you doing?
Oh, I used to make rap music for a living. It was interesting. Like I come from New Orleans, and when I was like 15 years old is when rap music really got big down there. And Master P scooped me and a friend of mine that I grew up with, and basically stuck us and taught us how to be. We were making beats at the time, but we had a decent studio. And he was impressed. He was like, "Wow, you boys are 15 years old and you're running your own studio. Come work for me." So we went over there and we did. Oh my goodness, it was Mike Mystical's first album, Mind of Mystical or something like that. And we are like 15 years old, and now we've got a gold album. So it was an interesting trip. And then I did rap music for No Limit for a while until Cash Money blew up. I grew up with Tanook, the rapper Juvenile, and he was like, "Come over to Cash Money Records. We're gonna make you some
Yo,
money, right?" And so I went over there, became head engineer over there, and worked with them all the way up until the time that they had signed Drake and all them. And once they signed them, I was getting old at that point. Who wants to be a 40-year-old person making rap music that listens to like David Bowie? So like, yeah, it's time to move on. But when I saw this whole, I'd already experimented in doing VR experiences as far as concerts and stuff like that. Because it was funny when I premiered the Lux Lounge. The next day, Master P and Mr. Servon called me up. They're like, "Dog, you invented the metaverse. I'm proud of you, homie." I'm like, "No, I didn't, and no, I didn't." So, yeah, let's stop that. So all I'm doing is building. But the thing is like they're all nobody knows that these platforms are out there. They don't know what the capabilities of them are, and they're still in their infancies. I think Treeple said it today the best when he said he was going to just do it for the experience, the joy, and all that stuff, and do it for like 5 years and just not try to make a living off of it. But we still do have to kind of bring our audience in. But that's what companies like mine are going to do. You're like, y'all just build to enjoy, get your experience, keep the corporations out, and I'll my company plans on bringing in all the brands, the consumers, things like that.
That's incredible. I love that you're bringing exposure and awareness to our platform, just to the metaverse in general. That's a very valuable thing, um, raising awareness, because I really truly believe that the metaverse will be a digital wasteland without community, without commerce, without each other. So that is incredible. I love that.
I,
Is
I,
there a question from the great owls? Oh, I'm sorry, Jay. I didn't mean to
I,
interrupt you.
yeah, I wanted to say that there is a lot of parallels from growing up in the music industry, in the infancy of rap music, and watching this whole metaverse unfold. And I see a parallel that we're running dangerously close to is that when home recording came out, you came to the point where there were more rappers than people who actually listen to rap music. And that's what I kind of fear about the whole metaverse is you're going to get more people trying to make it in the metaverse than people trying to consume products from the metaverse, More rappers than fans of rap music situation, just like what happened with when SoundCloud came out, for instance. All of a sudden, everybody with a USB microphone were a rapper, and nobody was consuming the products, so nobody was making money. So we do run that risk, and I see it starting to tilt that way already because of the access of things like Blender and stuff. But people don't understand that it also takes 20 years of experience to make something decent of 3D modeling. Are you going to commit 20 years to it, or do you want to be a musician? Do you want to be a booking agent? Do you want to be a real estate agent, a property flipper? Find what you're good at. Not everybody has to be a builder.
I love that sentiment. It's not often said in this space, and you've got the cojones to say it. So I appreciate you and I celebrate you for that. Creative, did you want to ask your question?
Yeah, awesome background, by the way. I love Juvenile. That's like my go-to song when I do karaoke, slow motion, real talk, and big fan of the No Limit team. So that's really interesting to hear. And then you said what art? I went to the Art Institute of Washington. What art school did you go to?
Went to NOCA back in New Orleans, and then Cal Arts, pathetically close to my 30s. So I went to a couple of them, and NOCA was cool because I got in there back when all like the legends of jazz and blues were like teaching there and stuff like that. But after that, Cal Arts was an interesting situation because me and my girlfriend at the time we went there on its like first year of decline when they were like going from being super picky to like, hey, you got a number two pencil, get in here and pay the tuition. So it was a weird situation there, but I got some good experience, some good plugs, and it was all around good, but I didn't learn anything there that I didn't already know. It's like Cal Arts is when I went, it was just a bunch of rich kids that really weren't doing anything more except exploiting the foreign studies program.
Yeah, and also too, I want to give you some kudos. My boy Quincy Harris and DJ Skeet just wrote a book called the NFT Handbook. Sorry, the Metaverse Handbook, and I was reading it, a month and a half ago, and it was talking about some of the things integrated within the metaverse. One of them is like the bots and the automation processes, and this is actually something I talked on my show, but I think you're actually like one of the first or a couple that I've seen actually integrate that into your experience. So I'm really excited to see what you come up with it, especially around the storytelling where you have somebody that's standing there telling you a story, and for you to get to the end of the story or to the next part, you have to buy the token, right? And I think those are the things that like you're allowing us to you're giving us ideas for us to innovate and create, and I just want to applaud you for what you're building so far and what I've seen. It's really, really, really impressive.
Agreed. Thank you, Owls. Prism, did you have any follow-up questions before? I think we should reset the room afterwards and then move on.
Absolutely. I was just going to say, I didn't have a follow-up question, but I definitely have the same sentiment as Owls. You're really pushing the boundaries there. It's really interesting. Like we were talking about the AI and the ability to have those like bots that you have. Those are really cool. Like, and then they're telling you a story, and then you can lead to the next step in the story. I think that's really smart, and I can't wait for everybody to see that today while we do some portal jumping later. So definitely want to share this space. Cece, you want me to take the boost? Oh wait, reset. Sorry, is it boost or reset? Tell me.
Either or. How about we boost set?
Boost set.
Boost set the
Boost set.
room.
Okay, we're boost setting. All right, so um, well, Cece is here for Metaverse Monday. So am I, Prism, and you guys are doing. I mean, wow, we have so many folks in the room, but we can probably double these numbers today. Please just hit that secret button. Where's the secret button? It's in the bottom right corner. All you have to do is push it and recycle. Push the retweet button. Let everybody know you're in the room. Send it to your DMs. Send it to all your friends. And we are here with our friends Lux Studios, and they're telling us all about the metaverse, where they're going in the metaverse. And we're going to continue with them, and then we're going to do some portal jumping a little bit. Back to you, Cece.
Why, thank you. That was a beautiful bousette. Love it. So, Jay, here comes your hardball question. No, I'm just joking. I do want to know, what has it been like building community sort of from ground up in spatial? I know you probably come with lots of experience and community from places like Second Life and other metaverses, but what has been your experience in spatial specifically? And also, have you hit any challenges, or do you have any tips for us to help us build our own communities?
That's that's something I've actually never really thought about before. Like, I do have to say that the communities here are not as, how do you say, weird as some of the Second Life ones can tend to be, as well as the VR chat community. So thankfully that it's people are, y'all are past the experimental phase. Like, a lot of us got into it in the weird experimental phase. So yeah, things were very strange. Like, I remember one of the funniest places to hang out used to be the role play servers, where they took it seriously. Like, oh my god, just don't say nothing. Just stand there and watch it. For the love of God, just don't say nothing, because if you say anything out of character, they will shut the whole thing down and just target you. And just, oh my god, it's very bizarre. But yeah, I'm glad that that doesn't exist. But some of those elements are going to kind of be useful, like building the communities. I could see the communities are really going to be built around the businesses and stuff like that. Like, I could see, like, I mean, imagine working in a bar or a venue. Sometimes these places are great to work at, and you work with all your friends, and you're basically going to parties every single night as your job. So that's where the community is going to lead in, when we have these big concert venues throwing these concerts, and 20 of us have to come together to make sure the whole thing goes smooth, and we pack it out and everybody has a good time. Everybody is able to make a living off of it. And that's where the communities are going to come in. That's a guy come into the Lux Lounge a while back, and he was a musician. And I was trying to, he was so interested in learning how to build it, but he had a whole staff of like booking agents and stuff. And I'm like, dude, just take it over for a couple nights. It's yours. Don't go through all that process. You've got your community ready to go. Do it right now before you lose them, because it's a process to try to learn and run in a community next to it. You're going to have your hands full. But these spaces, when we did our launch party, 1,000 people showed up, and like, they were going back to their communities and bringing their communities. So it's a great place to bring all these communities together within, and it's less toxic, it's more interactive. It's much simpler to build communities around spatial, from what I'm finding. It is confusing, though. I do have to add that it is. You have to be very holdy hand, persuade with kindness and things like that. Don't get frustrated, because people will come with frustrating questions, and you'll get a lot of them. So you have to be very. And spatial does make it easy. At least you don't need the account. You got the guest account. So yeah, it's confusing for people who aren't used to it. That's the only downside. People are used to the old NFT scene, the PFP. If I buy it, is it really ever going to reveal? When you come into spatial, you could talk to the artist. You can get to know the community face to face and actually look at the art. So it's a completely different animal than the old 2021 NFT scene, you know? So you got to kind of guide the people into it. But once you get them, they love it. Everybody. I don't think I've had a complaint yet from Spatial.
Well, that's good. But I wanted to like hook on to what you were saying about how communities are you're bringing other communities are bringing their communities into spatial space. And I think we've all heard spatial say they want to be the hub. So in the Ready Player One movie, there's that hub that everyone portals into before they go onto their next adventure. And I thought that was a really cool little thing that you've picked up on and you've also nurtured. So that's amazing. And Prism, that is hilarious. We now know the Creative Owls song for the next karaoke event. I almost died laughing when I read that. Thank you, Prism. Speaking of which, Prism, did you want to take the next question?
Thanks. Yeah, just wanted to. Yeah, okay. So you talked about Second Life and how we were talking a little bit about the challenges there, and then I think we wanted to talk about the challenges you're having with spatial. I know you're not having a lot of complaints, but do you have challenges? What do you see as far as general metaverse platforms going in the future? What are those challenges? I think that's what question we're on. Sorry.
The challenge is going to be the balance. Like they're a little nitpick stuff, you know, but the real challenge is the balance. How do you create a platform that not just everybody can create on, but if you get more advanced creators to create things that drive business into the platform to support the other creators, finding that balance, that's going to be a tricky one. But spatial, they seem to be improving, like besides just pulling up like little nitpicky things like the hub. That's the idea that I do like from them, but it's going to take small things like the Unity integration is going to be a huge one because now we can cater experiences to devices and then link to other Unity based platforms. We could make a world in Monaverse and have it natively tied to the one in Spatial, making it that hub experience, you know, or in Decentraland or anything that takes a Unity package upload. They'll all be able to connect together because one of the things that they are working on with this metaverse standardized metaversestandards.org is that they're trying to make it all cross platform so that these avatars can go from one space to the next space without having to log out, go to another platform, log in, connect, all that stuff. You'll just be able to pop out of one and pop right into another one, you know. So that's going to be and they're nailing it too. The way that we can drop portals now, you can make it a little bit better by letting us add a picture of the link or whatever, you know. But it's like that's all nitpick stuff. Like they're heading in the right direction with their hub thing. It's the hard part for them is going to be finding the balance without. I mean, I love spatial to death, but I mean, it's got its own issues, you know. But they seem to be plowing through them so dang quick, you know.
They definitely listen to us, and you're one of the voices that I hear very frequently in the spatial Twitter space, speaking up for us as a community and advocating for our needs, because you are very knowledgeable, and I do appreciate that about you. So thank you for being that for us, a voice. Let's see. I kind of wanted to get your take. This is kind of my favorite question. Where do you see the metaverse in the future? We could do short term, like 5 years. We could do a 10-year timeline. Where do you see the metaverse and where do you see yourself, honestly? I'm very curious.
I see the metaverse as taking over and me standing above it like Ozymandias saying, "Look at me, ye almighty, and my works and tremble." No, I'm just kidding. But it's going to be gaming. It's going to be think of Grand Theft Auto Online, but instead of going to Emulations, you go to Creative Owls gun shop or Treeple's car shop or you know the people that are selling the apartments in it are actually NPC, or not NPCs, they're actually players. And these open worlds, since they're all OpenGL platforms, and now the SDKs are actually coming out to where the Unity ones and the Unreal Engine ones actually communicate with one another. Like, it's great. Like, yeah, it's going to be completely cross-platform. People are actually going to be able to log into their job and sit at ammunition and sell guns, and if somebody acts out of hand, shoot them, you know. But it's more than that too. Like, I don't, the peer to e the P2E gaming, don't really see a future in that, unfortunately, because of um, the how do you say, the atmosphere of the product. But the metaverse e-commerce is a completely different animal. That's where I see this all going towards. It's going to be like a future platform on gaming. As soon as they figure out how to stabilize crypto enough to make it a feasible currency within it, because that's the downside about it. You know, unfortunately, crypto's as stable as the least stable stocks 1,000 times. So until we can figure that out, it's kind of still going to be a fiat payments would be a big help, you know, and stuff like that. But it needs to open up and get away from just being a Web3 platform to begin with. So that would be a big help, being able to sell your NFTs for just cold hard fiat, you know. That would be a big help within itself, and it would open it up and help bring in more people. But the ultimate goal, like I was play y'all sleep on spatial's AR features. Go and build you a little space about the size of, say, your office or your bedroom or something like that, and trick it out. Create a point at the doorway that you stand at and point in that direction. Load up the room with your entry point, and then hit that AR button on your phone and watch shit go wild, man. Like, people sleep on Spatial's AR feature, but the whole ultimate goal between all that is mixed reality. When we can throw on, like, the Pico 4 just dropped, and it's got full color pass through, double tap the side of the headset and switch between all three, mixed reality. That's the goal.
I completely agree. I feel like there's a lot of use cases for the AR, like you said, that we're sleeping on. But I don't know who's going to be the next one to do it. Maybe Lux Studios.
Well, we're working on, what we're doing is I've got a meeting with a guy. I'm going to send him to the conventions, and he's going to be pitching to the conventions basically AR booths, to where you'll walk up to just an empty booth or a very stripped down booth, and where we're going to build their booth within Spatial and set up the entry point and all that, to where when they get to the little circle that they stand in, open up the Spatial app, scan the barcode, it brings them straight to the space, and then it boots it up. They click the AR button, and boom, there they are in AR. So I've got him going out for that. We've got the guys with Baker E. They're going to be pitching to companies like clothing companies, stuff like that, to bring their stuff, kind of like how Vogue did, but basically a bigger shopping experience. You know, than, I mean, I love Vogue space and everything, but it was very basic, very, it's gorgeous, but the leaves aren't falling, for instance, and that drives me insane because I know how easy that is to do, and I want to go in there and fix it so bad, but you know, but you can't be too picky. But yeah, something like Vogue, but say like one of the people we reached out was Fossil Watch, because we have a watch store, you know. So we're like, hey, Fossil Watch, why don't you get one of these? And now that we have a working prototype, we can actually pitch to companies. So we're going to be trying to bring companies, and because when you bring these companies in, as long as you're very picky with them and stuff like that, don't bring in any schmucks or anything like that. But they'll bring in the consumer base who are going to want to click around and find out. Hopefully by then, Spatial figures out something about their explore page, because oh my god, it's a mess sometimes. But once that gets straightened out, it's going to make the whole, because unfortunately, when we do pitch to these companies, one of the biggest things that these companies complain about is they look at the explore page, and it kind of turns them off, you know, where if you go to, say, Monaverse's explore page, it's very clean, very organized. They know that things in there have environments, or have not crashing elements in it and stuff like that. You know, it's very how do you say, quality control. That's what it was. Yeah, quality control, unfortunately.
So I feel like we're getting a little taste of what Lux Studios is going to be doing in the future, which is really cool. Um, are there any other sneak peeks that maybe you could share with us? A little alpha? Poke poke?
Well, we're working on avatars right now because we realize that all the stuff that we're making is cool, but you're going to need an avatar to experience. So we're working on the avatars with Ready Player Me, and Monaverse actually has a contest going on right now. So we're trying to get one of those awards out of there so we could be a quote unquote award winning company. So that'd be pretty cool. But really, the avatars, and we're going to be dropping some more environments too. Like, we're going to make a line of professional environments, offices, boardrooms. Say you're a psychiatrist, you want a psychiatry office? We've got one. Like, we're going to start bringing environments that people can buy to actually use as their professional spaces, instead of having to download one off Sketchfab or having to learn the whole process of texture baking. Like, oh my god, I get asked about texture baking so much, and all I can say is practice. It took me a month of every day practicing, doing the same thing over to where I felt like a crazy person until it finally clicked and I got it right, and I can do it on a whim now, so, like, don't look at the things that we build and say, like, oh my god, I could build. No, you got to understand, my team, we have a combined 40 years of experience of 3D modeling, and then on top of that, with the new team, 80 years of experience in attraction building. So we might make it look easy, but even we rack our brains with our experience sometimes.
Ooh, I like it. Thank you so much for sharing. Prism, did you have any questions? Owls, of course, if you have questions, chime in, because I think we want to open the floor to Q&A in a little bit. So any last questions from the panel?
I was going to ask or like kind of comment on the AR experience. And one of the things that I saw recently, I was actually at the Harry Potter Cursed Child. And one of the experiences that they had was that they used like Instagram filters to make all of the artwork go like animated, which is really, I mean, and then it like almost looked like a portal. And I was like, well, I wonder if that could be connected to Metaverse. Like, I mean, the next step would have been easily make that connect to something, a 3D environment. What do you think about that?
It was even a guy said the other day, he walked past a shop the other day and they were selling something in there, and he said all he could think was this would be a great AR experience because, like, you could set it up with the store and put like the products in the windows and on the shelves and everything and just have it completely change. But yeah, I totally, that's where it's going to go. The AR, like I was saying, y'all are sleeping on that. I definitely suggest playing around with that AR feature because that's where the future is going. All the new headsets coming out all have full color 4K pass through. So that's where they're marketing it towards.
Ooh, good tip. So everybody get your AR game. I know a few people in this space who are already kind of knocking it out of the park with AR. Shark Anthony, I've seen him do some really cool AR work. I think I have a couple friends. Ooh, I believe Adam down there is working on some AR tech too, experiences. So that would be really cool to have you guys share your AR environments with us so we can check them out sometime. That would be a really fun Metaverse Monday experience. So I would like to open the floor to any questions. If you'd like to request up, feel free. Oh, Mike B in the house. Welcome, welcome. Of course, to Dope Stilo, welcome, my friend. If you'd like to come up and chat with us, you're welcome to do so. I kind of wanted to get your take on Luxtopia. So I want to hop into the environment. If we don't have any questions from our listeners, I want to hear, why Luxtopia? Like, what's going on in there? And I'm gonna hop in because it's a really cool environment, and you guys should hop in with me.
Well, right now I got to put all the stage lights and everything back. I was in there cleaning. It's so funny when you have a party in the metaverse, you have to clean up after it like a real party and like straighten everything out and pick up everybody's bottles and stuff.
Oh yes, I've cleaned up after a few parties myself, so I totally understand.
Yeah, I'm popping in there right now myself, actually. I've had some people in there working on it. We're about to do an update to the city around it. We're going to be putting people's, like, if you look over to the left, there's the watch shop. We're going to put a clothing store up in the empty buildings all the way to the right. We got a lot of updates coming to this thing.
So, what is the idea? I know it's sort of like a guided experience through the portals. So, I just portaled into the space. I just saw Kilty Carry go up there, and I feel like I'm in sort of like an entryway in a sense. Like behind me, there's this really big billboard, like I'm in a big city, futuristic city. Hi, Ed, how's it going? And then stairs. And then I kind of have to, I'm being sort of led up the stairs. So I see you up there.
Well, there's
And I'm
usually a
guessing that was
greeter there.
very intentional. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, a
there's
greeter.
usually a greeter there, and there's usually traffic going back and forth, but I was moved around during the party, so I still have to place it all back. But yeah, there's usually a greeter there, and a greeter named Luxie. Hi, I'm Luxie. If you'd like to, oh God, actually, I could place it back real quick. Let me see. Um, where's she at?
I met Luxie a few weeks ago when we did a little sneak preview of, I think it was Cryptolix,
Hmm.
and she is a marvel. I really, really love her. Very unique, and like Prism said, it was just a really great experience.
I was actually just looking for it. Spatial actually doesn't give you the ability to delete things right now. It's kind of broken, so it's kind of just buried in all of my stuff. So I think Luxie's gonna
Oh,
have to take
yes.
the day.
Yeah, we need
She took the day off.
we need a search filter pretty bad, especially when
Yes.
we're like uploading a lot of artwork. Or for me, it's like if we're testing environments and we're constantly uploading export. Even though you can see it on your browser on your computer, it's you still want that experience in VR. So I think a lot of us creators, I can say that we have a lot of GLB files that are all over the place.
Oh my God, the delete button is going to be like the best day of my life. I'm going to spend a whole day deleting. Nobody bother me. But back to Luxtopia. Okay, so I have entered this building. It feels really big, open, and spacious. My eyeballs are being assaulted with like color and motion and graphics and just like I don't know where to look first. It's so like engaging. Like my brain is shorting out. So walk me through this big event open space that we've got here.
Hey,
Well, a lot of stuff
oh,
is just leftovers from the party, but we usually have lasers and lights all moving around in the stage. The dance floor has the lights spinning and stuff, but unfortunately, like I said, all that got moved around during the party, so we had to clean up. But yeah, you ought to see this stuff place when it's fully going. But it's got basically everything that we were trying to open it up for a concert venue for everybody to use, and I think we pretty much nailed it. We did go a bit overboard with the decorations, but hey, it's a learning process, you know?
Oh, no, I totally understand. If I were gonna go to a metaverse party and I'd never been to the metaverse before, um, I think you knocked it out of the park, like you said. Like this would be a mind bender for sure, as a first time like attendee. So this is, yeah, I guess you're saying this is giving the public what they think they want, for sure.
Yeah,
And I love it. I absolutely
it's
love it.
it's nuts. You should see it in with a VR headset on. It is crazy, especially when I have like the flying traffic and everything outside and the whole experiences together. I'm gonna get it back together by the end of the weekend, but yeah, the watch shop is actually still set up with the whole greeter and all that stuff still too, and the transport's outside in the limousines, so we get to take a limousine over there.
I'm excited about that. Prism, what's up, my friend?
yeah, I just want to make sure we're bringing everybody along for the ride here. So I wanted to make sure we have the link for where you are at. We were supposed to be in your space. I kind of got a little bit lost, so I want to make sure if I'm lost, I don't want to make sure. I want to make sure everybody else is following along, um, and coming along for the ride. So I
Oh,
don't.
for sure. I put a portal next to the show flyer for Luxtopia. So that's in my space. If you'd like, I'm happy to
And
pin it to the top as well.
it's
If
been,
anybody wants to hop it. Oh, it's pinned.
yeah.
I love my new co-host. He pins.
The song,
Owls, can I have a shirt that says he pins?
oh boy. Oh boy.
Done. The whole new collection just dropped, so I'm definitely gonna add that in there. Lux, this is great, and it's funny because I've been in here and you have like the little blue, the light baby blue. I'm actually doing something with that same color, but this place is awesome. Do you know what the file size of this is? Or does that even matter? Is it like with the baking and
It's like 55-ish megabytes or something like that, but that's because we have a lot of 2K textures. I just got the texture on low quality right now because we had like I think at one point we hit the limit of how many people we could fit in here. So I was like, oh, low quality texture time, folks.
yeah, so that's something I'm gonna like. I've done a couple events and I've hurt spatial with breaking it, and that's one of the things. It's like as you're uploading videos or you're uploading things to everybody that's listening, make sure that you either bringing at the lowest quality, just if you're going to have a big event, just because the load time is different if you're in a VR or mobile or your computer. But this is fantastic. I love the stage, and I would love to see how this thing looks like when you turn all the lights on.
Oh, there's such a pain to set up. That's the downside. But the best thing is when these Unity packages come. Oh my God, you have no idea. Like we're pushing 50 something megabytes because we have to bake everything in. But the moment that we don't have to bake lighting and shadows and stuff like that anymore, when we actually get access to those tools, the file sizes will get smaller. We'll be able to focus those resources on other things. Triggers and things like that to turn on lightings and mirrors. Retractable mirrors would be portals, colors of portals, and all that stuff. Yeah, it's going to be, especially we're very experienced with VR chat and VR chat's Unity uploads. Like VR chat, their Among Us game is better than the Among Us official VR release. Like these guys that are in VR, like in a VR chat, are like dedicated builders, and it's all community based. So of course the end product's passion built, not profit built. So of course it's going to naturally be better. You know.
Absolutely, yeah, and I think like where you're at with the 2K is like the max. Anything 4K, 8K, it's gonna hurt.
Yeah, we're even putting a hurting on it because I think we have four 2K texture maps: the outside buildings, the inside building, and the skybox, and one other one I just can't remember offhand.
And what's nice is that it looks like you're I won't say baking, but you're exporting the GLB file with the skybox, correct?
I did, but I actually removed it to knock off one of the 2K textures for the party. I got two different versions of it, and I just hope nobody notices, you know?
Yeah, and I want everybody to go outside real quick and check out the clouds. I don't think I just noticed that right now. You actually have moving clouds that are moving and rotating. I've only seen that in like one environment. So again, big kudos.
We've also got usually cars, traffic outside flying back and forth and stuff like that. There's usually a waterfall coming out of the side of the building with the water, because I'm sure you can see the water going up and down. Oh, yeah, it's still there. I didn't delete that. Ha! I had to double check. I was like, wait, I might have deleted the water for optimization.
Oh no, I love the water. It's definitely one of my favorite features because I'm nature girl. I would like to welcome to the stage the one, the only Kilty Carrie. How are you doing today, love?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Oh, the huge Metaverse Monday.
I love it. This is great. I am with all of you and with Jay that, this is where everything is going and people are about to fall behind. I feel like Christmas is going to be this huge release of VR tools and new headsets and all of the things that the major companies have been working on all year. And being a part and getting the opportunity to work with Jay on this is incredible because this metaverse that he's built here, that he and his team have built, is by far the best thing I've seen yet.
It is pretty incredible. And for those of us who haven't met you or don't know all about you, could you introduce yourself a little bit to us?
Absolutely. So my name is Carrie, and I am working with Jay and Chris Vaughn on some projects. My background is in technology, telecommunications and network infrastructure, and I took a journey through fine art and data software to come into the world of Web3. And in the past 2.5 years, I've spent my time with these technologies, with emerging technology, and now I'm full time in this space. So that's a little bit about me. I work with these guys and other innovative projects, and we're here to create solutions that are leading the world into change.
It is beautiful to hear another strong female voice in the space. I hope that you are able to keep Jay in check when he gets too creative. No, I'm just joking. Never check him.
Oh, no, Chris.
But
It's
I
so great working with him. We have, when I came into this space that we're all walking in now, just a couple of weeks ago, it was still empty, undecorated, other than like the function and the furniture that they built in, and they just went all in. This thing that we did was a bridge between the Twitter spaces that we're all in now in these communities and how we find our audiences and our consumers here, bringing them into the metaverse and make everything here interactive so you could experience, buying and seeing what other projects are doing in a with utility, right? Service, actual products and things. And he just crushed it. Them and the team, I got to come in and just kind of tell them I could see the vision, and then they just went wild with building it out. It's amazing.
That is
Actually,
incredible. It's probably
Chris
oh,
killed it. I can't take credit. Chris got in there and he was slinging paint. He was like, "This goes here, this goes here, this goes here," and I was like, "Okay, man, you got this."
I love a good designer who can curate a space. Jahan is one of my favorites. It sounds like I need to follow this Chris fellow
For
and
sure,
really
Chris
like
Vaughn is,
learn from a
yeah.
master.
Yeah, well, and
um,
he is the artist behind these incredible images that we're watching here, the paint flying on the walls.
It was definitely eye-catching for me. Definitely good use of the neon colors, especially in the darker space. It really pops off. It's a really great combination, definitely. And it's engaging me. It keeps me wanting to kind of look and explore more. So, what is
Oh
it?
god, can't wait till y'all see it.
Leveled up,
Watch.
achievement
Wait.
unlocked. Oh, Prism, what's up?
Oh, I was just going to say the space is, I'm exploring more, and I did post it. I pinned it up on the top for anybody that's coming into the room. We are on spatial.io. I just found this like amazing corner of this space. And like, if you're not afraid of heights, I guess this is good. Like you could just look down and it's just like it goes into an abyss. Like it just keeps going and going and going. It's pretty amazing. I definitely, kudos to you for just keeping be engaged, and I just want to keep looking around the corners like CC is talking about. So back to you, CC.
Oh, why, thank you. So I wanted to open the floor to any questions if we have them, and then also ask Jay, where should we go next? I kind of want to see more. What have you got for us?
Well, outside, if you go outside and walk to, or the back door at the Lux Lounge also has a portal to watch shop. Wait till y'all see that. Yeah, it's finally done.
Oh yeah, and you probably have the new watches in there, right? I gotta go in.
Can you bring
Let's
us
Yeah,
all
take
to
a
they're
you?
all
field
in there.
trip.
Can you bring us all to you, and then bring us to the portal
Yeah, I'm
on
actually heading
on?
back to the right now. Yeah, I was
So I'm over
just a
here.
plane.
Oh, sorry. I think I might be rugging, or is the mayor rugging? I hope
Nope,
I'm
might
not
have been
rugging.
you. I think it,
Oh,
because I think Prism was talking. Did you hear him?
oh, no. I think I might be rugging, guys. The rugging might be happening. Sorry.
See if I can keep you going. Can you hear me? Okay, CC.
Now I can hear you beautifully.
welcome back from your magic carpet ride.
Oh,
the
you got to go to the watch shop and then you got to ride oh man, this is so amazing. You have to get on the circle, the light, and ride it to the shop. It will take you there. You don't even have to walk. This is the
I'm so
metaverse.
excited. This is the
It's so
metaverse.
amazing.
You can wear those Louboutins because you don't have to walk.
Welcome to Cryptolex,
The
Absolutely.
portal's
the
in
world's
I love
time.
this
first
feature.
Lux lounge behind you.
So awesome. You
For
can
more
just switch. You
information,
switch the
visit Lux
environment while we're
Studios
all
offices on the
standing in
front
there,
page
and
or
we're about
reach
to all
out to
jump
one
in
of
a.
our
Is this
staff
a
on
limo?
Twitter
What
or
is this?
Discord.
Tell us
Thank
more.
you and have
Yeah,
a
that's a
wonderful
future limo,
metaverse
right?
experience.
Limo with the portal on the inside. I usually have sit balls on the
Hello.
inside of it. The
Welcome to
one in
Cryptolex,
the
world's
watch
first
shop
luxury
has sit
metaverse
balls in
shopping
it, but I got to switch it
experience.
out with the update. But
My name is
yeah,
Lux
leading
and I will be your
location, like
Twitter assistant this
across
evening.
from the watch shop. If you look straight across
Unfortunately,
when
we
you
are
get
not
here,
open
you'll see
yet,
two
but
big
do
blue
feel
empty
free to
spots.
look
That's where
around.
Chris Vaughn's clothing store is
Cryptolex will
going.
be minting on the
Across the
22nd of
street to the
September,
right
but
will
you
be
can take
where
advantage of an early
we have
bird to
another
the Lux
project coming
Pass
in and
found
opening
in
up
the
a
Lux
shop
Lounge
there. So
behind you.
we're gonna do
For
limos
more
from spot to
information,
spot to
visit
spot, but
Lux
it's more of a
Studios
teleport
offices on
system
the
to try to
front
keep all
page
these
or
space
reach out
counts
to
low,
one
you
of
know?
our staff on Twitter or Discord. Thank you and
All
have a
right, so I
wonderful
have
metaverse experience.
entered Cryptolex, and
Hello.
it's crazy
Welcome to
big. It looks
Cryptolex,
so
the world's
vast.
first
And then
luxury
I see
metaverse shopping
Luxie.
experience.
I can't hear her
My
because
name is
I'm
Lux
not
and I will
connected.
be your Meta
Um,
assistant this evening.
but the space, it's really open, and I'm kind of like given like opportunity. Oh, I see where I should be going. Okay. And there's the watch shop. Oh, I
Hello.
remember the watch shop.
Welcome to the
Yes, we were in
Cryptolex
here.
shopping
Now tell me about
experience.
these sit
To
balls.
the right, you will
I
find the
love the name,
portals
by
to
the
all
way.
of our watch display rooms.
Oh, and
That's what I
there's
call them, the
If you are
sit
looking for a
position
common
things where you click and
Cryptolex,
you
a
sit. You can
rare
actually
diamond
sit in that
face, or
limousine.
maybe a
I
limited
have to put
edition
the
two-tone,
chairs
just
on the
choose
other
the
side of
room
the
and the
limousine
portal
and
will
put
take
the
you there.
sit positions on those as well
Upstairs
still.
is our luxurious
But yeah, you
waiting
click the
area.
limousine and you will magically
Feel
sit
free to
inside
look
of it. Oh, I'm
around or
sitting on
simply
CC.
enjoy the experience as long as you wish.
Oh, I'm
If
stuck.
you
Yeah, I have
need
to make
Oh,
them
help,
a
are
bit
you?
click
taller.
one
I
of
have
the
to lift the
holograms on
roof
the
on them.
table to
Yeah.
be directed to our Twitter, Discord, and website. If you
I
need
am
assistance
in the
from a staff member
beautiful
to help make your
CryptoLex,
decision or answer any questions,
CryptoLex
just click the link to
NFT.
my
Well, they should
suggestion
be
connected
speaking.
to a
Maybe
customer
Spatial's having
service
some problem with
representative
their
through
audio right
Discord.
now.
Thank you and have a wonderful metaverse experience.
Yeah, we got the watch shop with the three doors, and each one of them has a Luxie in there, and she explains to you like the different options and the faces and stuff like that. And oh my god, I can't wait till I can get trigger plates to trigger those kind of things.
Hello. Welcome to the
And just
Cryptolex
wanted to
shopping
remind everybody,
experience.
when you're in the
To the
space, the
right,
spatial
you will
space, make
find
sure
the
you're hitting
portals to all of our
the
watch
love
display
icon up in
rooms.
the upper right corner.
If
Show
you
us
are
some
looking
love
for a
for
common
all the time you're
Cryptolex,
spending,
a rare
sharing,
diamond
creating.
face, or
Appreciate
maybe a
you, and
limited
thank you
edition
so much.
two-tone, just choose the room and the portal will take you there.
I
Upstairs is
love
our
how you
luxurious
posted your
waiting
socials in
area.
this space. I
Feel
think you
free to
did
look
something
around or
similar
simply enjoy the experience
in
as long as you
Luxtopia
wish.
in the big party
If you need
area,
help,
but I
click
didn't
one of
really
the
notice them
holograms on
as
the
much.
table
But
to be
here,
directed to our Twitter,
as you have them
Discord,
kind of
and
sitting
website.
on those side
If
tables,
you need
I
assistance
thought
from
that
a
was
staff
that's a
member to
really
help make
cool
your
and
decision
unique
or
use
answer any
of
questions, just click the
3D
link to my
assets
side to be connected to a customer
to sort
service
of
representative
advertise.
through
So
Discord.
that's a really
Thank you
cool.
and
I
have a
want to steal
wonderful
that idea.
metaverse experience.
I want to figure out how to do that in real life. We should have a hologram
They have
that
these
has like
little
that in real life.
hologram cubes. Like, it's like a little pyramid, and it plays a little hologram on the inside. Oh, they're so cool. And we got bubbles outside
How
inside the
much fun
podiums.
is
Those.
this?
Hello.
I was
Welcome to the
I was just
Cryptolex
gonna say
shopping
those bubbles are
experience.
amazing. Oh my
To the
gosh,
right,
they're
you will
oh
find the
wow,
portals to all of
yeah,
our
like
watch
that's
display
amazing.
rooms.
I love it, and the lighting
If
too
you are
when you
looking
come
for a
in, like
common
the light that's coming
Cryptolex,
down on
a
you. That's
rare
awesome.
diamond face, or maybe a limited edition two-tone, just choose the
Oh,
room and
that's
the
the weirdo
portal will
scanner. It
take you
just
there.
scans, make sure you're not a weirdo,
Upstairs is
lets
our
you in,
luxurious waiting
Lexi, like,
area.
manhandles you if you are, and she
Feel
throws you
free
to the
to look
ground and
around or simply
does her
enjoy the
little kung
experience
fu
as long as
move,
you
and yeah,
wish.
it's a whole procedure.
If you need help, click one of the holograms on the table to be
I'm glad
directed
that
to
I
our
wasn't
Twitter,
flagged as a
Discord, and
weirdo.
website. If
It
you need
sounds dangerous.
assistance from a staff member to help make your decision or
Okay,
answer any
so
questions,
this is
just
actually
click
the
the link
very
to my
first
side to be connected
watch
to a
shop in the
customer
metaverse
service
that I have ever
representative through
seen.
Discord. Thank you and have a
Could
wonderful
you tell us a
metaverse
little bit
experience.
about it? What are the goals for this watch shop? Is it it just like a showpiece to kind of give people an idea of what they can do, or is it going to be an actual functioning like retail store? I want to know more.
It's actually going to be a functioning retail store. We got the whitelist going for the watches right now.
Hello.
We're doing the public
Welcome to the
mint
Cryptolex
on, I
shopping
think, the
experience.
1st. And when
To
we
the
do the
right,
public mint,
you will find
we've
the
got our
portals to
Discord
all of
staff
our
going to
watch
come
display
here. They're
rooms.
going to be the sales staff. We're
If you
going
are
to
looking for a
mint a whole
corporate
bunch of them on
Cryptolex,
OpenSea
a
and
rare
actually put them in
diamond
the
case, or
showrooms and
maybe a
make it to
limited
where you can
edition
go and buy them
T-tone,
and
just
stuff and
choose the room
do the
and the
whole
portal
watch
will take
buying
you there.
experience, you know, and
Upstairs is our luxurious
basically
waiting area.
the, how do you say,
Feel
evolve
free
the
to look
industry,
around
if
or
you will.
simply enjoy the experience as long as you wish.
And these watches, are they
If you need
going to
help,
be
click one of the holograms on
wearables
the
for
table to be
avatars in the
directed to
future?
our
Is that
Twitter,
where this is
Discord, and
going?
website.
Yeah,
If
we're
you need
working on
assistance from a
avatars
staff
right now, the
member to help
Luxy
make your
bots, and
decision
they're
or answer
basically
any
they're
questions,
built out
just
of
click
like
the link to our
80s,
site to be
90s, and early
connected to a
2000s
customer
computer
service
parts and stuff with
representative from
screens for the
Discord.
face. And
Thank you and
the
have a
screen
wonderful
face you
Metaverse
can
experience.
link to your to a wallet to show the NFTs, or you can link it to a Google Drive and show pictures. But we needed the avatars because we needed something to snap these accessories to, you know. And they're gonna start out on Monaverse. They're already ready to go for that, and we're trying to get them ready for Ready Player Me right now.
Hello.
But
Welcome to the Cryptolex
yeah, we needed
shopping
that because we also
experience.
got clothing and
To
stuff
the
like that
right,
we need to snap to
you will
these things.
find the
Ready Player
portals
Me,
to
we were
all of
trying to
our
get the
watch
clothing
display rooms.
accessories in there, and they were
If
like,
you are
"Hey, well,
looking
if you
for a
want to get
corporate
in there
Cryptolex,
quicker,
a
bring
rare
us an
diamond
avatar.
case,
We'll
or
get you in there
maybe a
quicker." I
limited
was like,
edition
"Okay, cool,
T-tone,
we could do
just
that."
choose the room and
So
the
now we're
portal will
working,
take you
almost
there.
finished with the avatar. It should be
Upstairs
done
is our
around
luxurious
October
waiting
10th.
area.
But yeah, we're gonna airdrop them to the
Feel
people
free
who
to
own our
look
Lux
around or
passes,
simply
and
enjoy the
that way they can have
experience as
something to
long as
snap
you
their
wish.
Lexus to, you know.
If you
But
need help,
we are building
click
a
one of the
where
holograms on the
if you
table
own
to
a
be
3D
directed to
model,
our
you can go
Twitter,
ahead and just download
Discord, and
it and
website.
snap it to it. Unreal and Unity, because they both have the SDKs now to when we start doing this next
Hello.
evolution into these more
Welcome to the
gamified
Cryptolex shopping
spaces.
experience.
You'll be ready for that.
To the
Like
right,
Unity's a bit
you will
easier to
find the
learn than
portals to
Unreal. It's
all
a
of our
little
watch
bit
display
closer to
rooms.
Blender, but I've actually
If
got
you are
my
looking
entire
for a
team.
corporate
We're dumping off of
Cryptolex, a
Blender
rare
this week and
diamond
we're
case, or
switching
maybe a
completely
limited
over to
edition
Unity. And that
T-tone,
way
just
we
choose
take
the
that
room
next
and the
step, you
portal
know?
will take you there. Upstairs is our luxurious waiting area. Feel free to look around
What
or
kind of
simply enjoy
requirements
the
do you need
experience
to
as
be able
long
to
as you wish.
run? Like, I know I can run
If you
Blender
need help,
on a
click
fairly
one of the
basic,
holograms on the
laptop or
table to be
computer. What about
directed to our
Unity?
Twitter,
Same?
Discord, and website.
It just depends on
If you
how
need
complex you
assistance from
make
a
the
staff
scenes.
member to
Like
help
I've
make your decision
seen
or answer
people
any
run them on
questions,
potatoes,
just
but the
click the
moment you
link to
start
my
getting your
site to be
triangle
connected
counts
to a
and quads and
customer
all that
service
really high,
representative
it's
through
when it starts
Discord.
acting up.
Thank
Like
you and have a wonderful
we've
Metaverse
got
experience.
basically data servers running over at our spot. So like our equipment is very high. We make it stutter sometimes still, even with our Threadripper systems, it stutters sometimes.
That's amazing.
Hello.
I love
Welcome to
this
the Cryptolex
elevator,
shopping
and I love the
experience.
you have
To the
like
right, you will
almost
find the
like a
portals to all
rounded
of our watch display rooms.
banner around the elevator that's
If you
moving,
are looking
the
for a
moving
common
words. That I
Cryptolex,
like that
a rare
animation. How
diamond
did you
case, or
accomplish
maybe a
that?
limited edition two-tone, just choose the room and the portal
A
will take
bunch
you
of
there.
Oh my
Upstairs
god,
is
a
our
bunch of practice.
luxurious
But
waiting area.
basically, you have to create
Feel
an
free to look
object,
around or simply
put
enjoy
it
the experience
under
as long as you
a
wish.
empty prim, parent it to an
If you need help,
empty poly,
click one of the holograms on
spin
the
that
table to be
around, parent
directed
that
to
to
our
another
Twitter,
empty
Discord,
poly,
and website.
parent it to another empty
If you need
poly, and then
assistance
parent it
from a
to
staff
another
member
empty
to
poly.
help
And I'm
make
not
your decision or
exaggerating. And
answer
then
any
you just cross your
questions,
fingers and hope
just
it
click the
works when
link
you
to my
upload it.
site to be
But I
connected
found
to a
it's actually
customer service
easier to
representative from
parent it to
Discord.
animate it.
For a
No,
Metaverse
make it
experience.
parent it to an empty prim, animate that prim or poly or whatever you guys want to call it, then put that under another parent and then export that as a GLB, then re-import that into the scene. And that's usually a very quick shortcut about without having to do all that work I was saying earlier.
Hello.
So we just figured that one
Welcome
out
to
the
the
other day. But
Cryptolex shopping
at the end
experience.
of the day, you just got to kind
To
of
the right,
cross your fingers and
you will
hope it
find the
works, you know?
portals to
But
all of our watch
I
display
think we've got it
rooms.
down to a process at this point.
If
Actually,
you
one
are
of my
looking
guys
for a
figured
corporate
that out.
Cryptolex, a
That
rare
one,
diamond case, or
we
maybe
figured
a
out
limited edition
escalators finally.
T-tone,
So
just
we
choose the
actually
room
figured
and the
out how to
portal will
rotate a
take
full
you there.
one
Upstairs
piece.
is our luxurious
So it's
waiting
not
area.
just a bunch of separate animations going up the
To the right,
escalator route. It's actually
you will
all
find
running
the
on a
portals as
track.
long as you
And
wish.
it kind of worked. And I was kind of amazed that Spatial
Click one of the
recognized it and we
holograms on
were
the
actually
table to
able
be
to use it, you
directed to
know?
our
It was
Twitter,
just was too it didn't fit in this space right, so we just didn't use it in here. But we are working. Weed Maps is wanting a VR kind of like this mall. And I got to run it past Spatial and see if Spatial is going to be cool with a cannabis dispensary opening a mall on their platform. But if it's all good, we're going to be using those escalators in there to lead up to the front entrance and up to the second and third floors and so on. And we're going to do a portal system at the doors leading into the different dispensaries. And yeah, hopefully it comes to fruition. But the downside about cannabis companies, they want you to work for pot. And I have to tell them, look, pot don't pay the bills, you know?
To the right, you will find the portals to all of our watch display rooms.
Okay, pot don't pay the bills. You put that in your pipe and smoke it. Making NFT, welcome to the stage.
Upstairs is our
My good friend making
area.
NFT. How are you doing today?
Hello, CC. How you doing? Hi, C. How you doing, family? I see the crew in here. So great to see you all. First and foremost, I'm in the Lux space right now. I don't know if that's where you guys currently are. It's amazing. So, guys, congratulations. I might not be just with you guys yet, but wow, I got to step up my spatial game. I also just wanted to touch on, and I apologize, let me grab your name. Mayor of the Metaverse, good sir. I think that was you talking before and speaking on going from Blender to Unity. And I wish I am from the Altspace platform with NFT Oasis is my first home. And there could be, if you guys go towards the Unity space, I would love to introduce your family to my extended family because they are on the Unity platform and there could be some real growth there. Again, just really brilliant. Hi, C, you are literally my favorite person to run around the multi-metaverse with. I just want to pay you and this crew super dap and send my love, here to support.
If you need help,
oh, thanks, Love Swag. Oh, yes. I have a good time in Altspace VR with this guy. There's usually butterfly wings, fireworks. I thought they were snowballs, but apparently they were marshmallows for roasting. Whoopsie. And really good jazz music. I think tonight, actually, there's an event in Altspace. If you guys want to mob with me, we could go together.
Absolutely. All are welcome at the NFT Oasis. There's jazz music tonight, maybe a little after party in our penthouse. So everybody's welcome if anybody needs help onboarding. But again, I just wanted to touch on this space is incredible. And I have to up my spatial game because this is amazing. Mad dap. Incredible. Thank you.
Wait till you see the update.
Oh,
the update's going to be nuts.
Oh, yes. I was just going to say the mayor and his team are the creme de la creme of their craft. So, yes, we are in a shining example of what can be done in spatial or accomplished in this space. So, good eye. Mayor, is there another spot you want to take us on this amazing adventure?
If you need assistance,
well, right now on Spatial, all we really have complete is the watch shop. We have, if you look to the right, you'll see the portals to the rooms of the different watches that we have actually displayed. The watches, oh god, the rooms are gorgeous. The music's soothing and stuff. But yeah, we're working on other things right now, but we don't have anything to the point where we could show until around December. We were gonna do.
What about one of the penthouses, Mayor?
Oh, that's right. We do have the penthouses, and we have 3 of them up for sale on a what is it, OpenSea for like $25 right now for a sale until basically the end of the day. But yeah, let me drop a link to that. The penthouses are going to be. Where's that? I got that link in here somewhere.
The penthouses are where I think the penthouses are where you're going to see like your private listening parties and like your your exclusive entertainment for sure.
Hey, Cece, do you think we should all take a photo before we leave to the penthouse?
Yes. Let's all get on the couch or something.
Yeah.
Do you want to do the couch upstairs?
Sorry to jump in. Could you send the pin for where you guys are now? Because apparently I'm somewhere else. And I can't wait to see the penthouses. I might be in the mood to buy.
We are I did pin it up at the top where we are now a couple minutes ago. So hopefully the Jumbotron is updating for you.
Yes, it's updated for me. How about you, Josh?
Which one is it? Is it the Prism?
Hello.
Which one is it
Welcome to
officially?
the
There are
Cryptolex
3 I
shopping
see, I
experience.
believe.
Yeah, the
To the
Prism
right,
one saying we are
you will
here
find
now,
the portals to all
Cryptolex.
of our watch display rooms.
Okay, so
If you are
maybe
looking for a common
Yeah.
Cryptolex,
I
a
want.
rare
I think
diamond
I'm
face,
here.
or
I
maybe
just
a
think
limited
I'm
edition
not with
two-tone,
you
just
guys.
choose the
I'm
room
like in
and the
this
portal will
middle
take you
main
there.
space.
Upstairs is our luxurious waiting
Oh,
area.
yeah. Did you guys move down
Feel
to?
free
Are
to
you
look
still in the
around
watch
or simply
shop,
enjoy
or
the
did you?
Mayor,
experience
this is
as
cool,
long as you
man. I like
wish.
what you got going on. I got some
If you
moving
need
pads
help,
too.
click
Really
one of
cool.
the
I like
holograms
what
on
you
the
got
table
going
to
on
be
here.
directed to our
This
Oh
is
yeah,
Twitter,
wild.
Discord, and website.
we're in the watch shop.
If you
I
need
know I had to
assistance from a
like get
staff
some
member to
video.
help make your decision
Yeah, I think
or
the rings
answer
are really
any
tight.
questions,
How you
just
put them
click
Yeah.
the
within the
link to my
portal.
site to be connected to a customer service
Little elevator.
representative.
Yeah, you definitely took some time in here.
A wonderful metaverse experience.
Oh, they have put so many hours in. They don't
That it
really
was a
sleep anymore.
nightmare. Oh, texture baking. This place made us a pro at texture baking. Between this and the other shops, the rooms and the other portals, the blue room, the red room, and the gold room. Oh god, the gold room came out so nice.
Hello.
That's a
Welcome to
question
the
that I was
Cryptolex
actually having.
shopping
Is like when you
experience.
bake,
To
do
the
you
right,
combine
you will
all
find
the
the
objects
portals to all
together
of
for
our
a
watch
certain area
display
and then
rooms.
bake it, or do you go like
If you are
piece by
looking for a
piece by
common
piece?
Cryptolex,
There's
a
so
rare
many ways to
diamond
do it,
face,
and
or
I feel like
maybe a
it all
limited
depends kind
edition
of on your
two-tone,
computer, right?
just choose the room and the portal will
It
take you
just
there.
depends on not just the computer but the
Upstairs is our
platform. Like
luxurious waiting
Spatial really
area.
can only handle 4
Feel
2K
free to look
textures
around or
maximum.
simply
I
enjoy
think
the
it
experience
can
as long
handle
as you
8 on
wish.
a good day, but
If you
you
need
don't want to
help,
really test it.
click one of the
So
holograms on the
I
table
think
to
the
be
gold
directed
room
to
we
our
did
Twitter,
5
Discord, and website.
textures, but the other
If
2
you
rooms,
need
yeah, we tried to
assistance
just
from a
texture
staff
wrap
member to help make
the
your
walls, the
decision or
floors,
answer
everything
any
together,
questions,
all the
just
metal
click the link to my
together,
site to be
basically
connected to a
keep
customer
everything
service
combined into what it's
representative
supposed to
through
be.
Discord.
Like keep your
Thank you
metals
and have a
together,
wonderful
keep your
metaverse
stones
experience.
together, and all that stuff, and try to do a full UV wrap with them combined. And then you want to combine the entire space at the very end of it.
Yay, J Griff was able to find us. If we could all go sit on the couches so we can get our little selfie picture. And then we can
Hello.
head over
Welcome to the
to
Cryptolex
the
shopping
penthouse because
experience.
that sounds like a
To the
really cool
right,
space that we
you will
want to
find the
explore.
portals to all of our watch display rooms.
All right. Try not
If
to
you are
sit on
looking for a
other
common
people.
Cryptolex,
Prism.
a rare diamond face,
Looking at
or
you. There
maybe
you
a
go.
limited edition
Okay,
two-tone,
everybody.
just choose the room and the portal will take
Here we
you there.
go.
Upstairs is our
And
luxurious
1,
waiting
2.
area.
We got.
Feel
And
free
let's
to
do
look
those little
around or
hearts.
simply enjoy
Let's
the
do hearts,
experience as
guys.
long as you wish.
Let's
If
do
you need
hearts.
help, click one of the
There we go.
holograms on
Thank
the
you,
table to
Prism.
be directed to our Twitter,
All right.
Discord, and website.
I think I got quite a few.
If you need assistance from
There
a
we go.
staff member
Thank you,
to help
Ira.
make your decision or answer any questions, just
Okay.
click the link to my
So
site
I
to be
believe
connected to a
Jay
customer
has the
service
portal over
representative through
here.
Discord.
Do we want to jump in? Yes? Okay, great.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
definitely.
forgot. We're up to
Okay.
Yes, let's do it.
Traveling now.
Yo.
But yeah, these are the Lux suites. I got 3 on sale right now, but they're like when you get one of our Lux passes, you get monthly airdrops. Like the next one we're doing is going to be a boardroom, big fancy swanky boardroom. So that'll be the next airdrop. We airdrop different skyboxes and things like that. We're wearables. We were doing wearables, but unfortunately, Ready Player Media informed us that it would be easier for us to do them on Ethereum. So now we have to go back to the drawing board, amend the contract, burn the old ones. It's a nightmare, but we're almost done.
I mean, what's creativity without a few trial and errors? Ooh, okay. Wood paneling. I'm into it. I like the view, the city view. That's really beautiful.
Yes, Seoul,
Is
Korea.
You see that fireplace? The fireplace is nice.
I know. So you're gonna have people all over you, like, how with the fire? Oh, okay, I see how you did that. Okay, cool,
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. Also, when you do things like fire and stuff like that, cut the frame rate of the video down to like 5 frames a second. Looks fine in VR. It also loads really quick.
Smart.
I love all the tips. Why is this like
I
super
know.
like high
He's just
alpha?
giving it away. I love it. Give it away, Jay.
Well, once
Oh,
the
I
Unity
see.
engines come in, we can program fire with particle effects and all that good stuff and smoke and all that stuff, you know?
These pants are extreme. Are you guys looking at these? Are they Gucci pants? Like what's happening here,
No, they're
Jay? Can
Luxy
you
pants.
I, oh my goodness. Luxy pants, my bad. I like the
Oh my
gold
God, my
chains.
computer's lagging out
Very,
so bad.
very bling bling.
So, what's the process you're going through, like, to get these wearables to be part of Ready Player Me? Is it a pretty, uh, like, well-defined process, or is it sort of, well, there's a lot of things you're learning along the way? Just curious.
Lot of things I'm learning on the way. Like they told us, they're it's kind of a building process for them too, you know. So it's everything's busy for them. Like that's why they told us the avatars. They said, look, if you guys really want to get your clothes in here quicker, I suggest doing an avatar and connecting the clothing to the avatar because they've got like Ferragamo and people like that reaching out to them, trying to get accessories and clothing in there. We're schmucks, you know, so of course they're gonna, and I don't blame them. They're laying the foundations. We need these platforms. I mean, these companies to come in with their buying audiences and things like that. So you can't really hate too much, you know. But with the avatars, we're going to get in there much quicker. Plus, with the avatars and the clothing, you could download that clothing right now. We're trying to design a system to make it easier, but you can upload it to Monaverse and VR chat and stuff like that through the Unity SDK. But we're trying to build one for our website that creates that Unity SDK within a browser to where you can go ahead and just log into your VR platform of choice and upload your avatar, basically. You know.
So I peeped something on your wall here. Um, Poker series sign up. Do you have to be a pass holder to enter the poker series?
Yeah, and we're about to move it to VR, so hopefully we're looking for a VR platform, and it looks like there's a VR one for Oculus that's really good. We're just looking for one that's more cross-platform and browser friendly, you know. But we do them. They do them in. I don't play it. I'm terrible at poker, but they do them in. What is it called? It's an app right now that we partnered with that gives us a table and stuff like that. But we're about to do the transition into VR, you know.
That is cool. You should probably let Lisa is old know, the community moderator in Spatial Discord, because apparently she's really into poker. So shout out to you, Lisa. The mayor will be contacting you.
Oh yeah, and follow me, and I'll follow y'all back too. I'm not very good at it, so if I don't follow you back, just like at me in a message or something, and I'll follow you back. I'm really bad at Twitter, but I'm kind of good at metaverse stuff, so I think it's a good trade off.
You're doing great at the old Twitter. We see you out there doing the grind with the rest of us. So, I would like to open the floor to any questions that we may have for Jay or his wonderful team. I just want to say thank you, Kilty Carey, for coming and showing up and sharing a little bit about yourself today. I definitely shot you a follow. I want to know more. But yeah, the Prism, do you have any questions or anything that we might have forgotten because my brain is melting?
No, I was just going to say thank you all for coming. And definitely want to take a look at this space a little longer. And maybe we should do another picture on the couches. I love this center, like this rug that you have. It's really awesome inside the space and like with the fire. And we got to have all of that together. Like, come on over, come over to
Really
the
tied the
couch.
room together.
Oh, yeah. And the floor, I mean, hardwood floors, you did a great job. I mean, we got to get some good photos in here and definitely come in, take a look. And of course, what else? Oh, you have any? If anybody does have questions, please come on up. We have. How much more time do you have, CC? I probably have like 20 minutes.
Yeah, usually I end at 11, but I am totally down with shutting it down early if we all want to do like coffee breaks or anything like that before your next space. So we are open. I am easy peasy as long as we are done by 11, and it's like what, 20 after right now?
Oh yeah, it's 1:20 for me out here in California.
Ooh, one of my favorite humans on the planet is coming up to the stage. I would like to welcome the one, the only, Ira Xlab. How are you doing today, love?
Hey, beautiful people. Um, I'm here at the Lux apartment. I love it. Jay, you did such a great job. I feel like you know what's going to happen. You can wake up the Michael Jackson from the grave. That's what I feel like. You can do amazing things like this. Like meeting the first time and talking about those wearables, and then meeting you again with the Gary V in your studio. Do you have anything coming with those celebrities coming to you to your spaces, and we're just like partying with them? Do you have anything like that in mind?
Well, I know Cap G, the rapper, we got him trying to get in there and get booked right now. We're still trying to figure a system out for it. Um, oh, who was it? A comedian. We were trying to get a comedian to come in there and work. I really want to see people filming like movies and stuff in the. Oh man, that's going to be great when people actually start filming movies and like music videos and stuff in the metaverse. Oh man, that's going to be where it's at. But yeah, we're trying to get concerts. I know Cap G signed on. We're just trying to figure out, it's just the limits of the platform. Unfortunately, we might not be able to do it in spatial because you got to kind of have a space to do 50,000 people, you know? So there are dedicated platforms for concerts and stuff. And I do need to post them more. It's just, we've been so busy with spatial and this whole CryptoLex drop and getting the company formed with all the, like our team, like man, we've been getting it in 18, 20 hours a day, and then we joke around with each other in the Discord server for whatever time we have left over available. So like yeah, it's fun, but oh my god, is it tiring. But yeah, we're trying to work more VR events and stuff like that. We did find a platform, I forget what it's called. It's specifically designed just for concerts. Actually, I think a spatial members shared it not that long ago, and that's where we found it. But it's a great platform. It's strictly designed for doing concerts and stuff. So maybe like use spatial as the hub that leads to those kind of things. Like you can go into spatial, go into the Lux Lounge and take the hub into the 50,000 venue and go to the concert where 10,000 people are there just going ham, you know?
Yeah, you kind of pregame, right? You have your pregame stop at the Luxtopia, and then it can transport you to the next spot. I like it, Jay.
Yeah, yeah. Like tailgating party, y'all.
Tailgating, exactly. In Luxtopia. Stop and
Yeah.
bring your own booze.
A lot of Twitch streamers do this thing where they raid. So when their stream ends, they take all of their followers or all of the people watching their stream and like raid another streamer's like chat box or their stream. And it's sort of doing something like that, but in the metaverse where you're like, okay, so we got everybody together, the party is in full swing. Let's all portal over to the big party. So and mob it. So that's kind of like a cool concept, and I think it would work really well. Yes, Ida.
We've got to invite Miley Cyrus. She would love it here.
Right?
she's she's I don't know if she knows about spatial. We have to kind of um, invite her here.
I'll leave that up to you, Ida. You can like tweet at your bestie Miley and see if she'll hop in the space and chat with us.
Right, but we have to have the right space for it. She has to be treated well.
God, I was in a space not that long ago, and like half of the cast of Better Call Saul was in there, and I drug them all into spatial and showed it to them, and they're like, "This is amazing!" Oh man, it was hilarious.
Sounds like a good time. Definitely, if you're not following Jay or Kilty Carry, you need to hit that follow button and hit those notifications, you guys. They've got a lot going on. They have a lot of knowledge to give. Sorry, Prism, can you take over? I have baby situation.
No worries. Yeah,
Oh,
I think I mean, we family first. We all need to spend time with fam. And, uh, I'm loving the space. I love what you guys are creating. I love the idea of the having the tailgate party. And I think spatial is like perfect for that because like they allow for 50. I mean, imagine getting 50 people in a space as like at your tailgate party. Anyway, that's a lot of people. So
Dang,
I
how
think
many do we have the other night? We probably
that's
got to half of that, like
nice. Yeah.
25. Yeah.
Yeah, and like if you have, I mean, but we have like big creators coming. I think you're going to need those space that like the instancing feature. You want to be able to have like those tailgate kind of jumping around. For those that may not be aware, like Spatial does have the instancing feature where it's sort of like breakout rooms, which is, I mean,
Yeah.
that's I can see that just like a whole bunch of different tailgate parties, right? Like going on, and you can jump, you should be able to jump between them. So that's going to be incredible. So, Alice?
Yeah, just real quick for my curators in here that are in spatial, I think a new feature that I just saw, it's not to bring everybody to me, but it's to make everybody sit down. So if you are in a place where you have seats, you can bring everybody, and everybody who's dedicated can actually sit down. So I highly suggest trying that as you guys are bringing people together, or if you're creating a space. There are some flaws. It literally sent somebody 3 levels down to sit them downstairs where I was upstairs. But if you are at one level or if you have a couple spaces, keep that in mind.
I just did it. It just made everybody like boom right to the seats.
Yeah, well, I have 3 level environment, so it sends somebody all the way downstairs. It sets someone to like the art gallery room, and so there's some we got to figure it out. But
Wait,
cool
Oh
feature.
God,
I check
that's
it out.
brilliant. We should like
should we?
create like a space
Somebody
with
gave
like
Jay a
dark
new
rooms.
toy.
Oh God, I just had a brilliant idea. I'm gonna make like a haunted house with like really disturbing rooms and stuff. And when it fills up, boom, send them all the chairs in different rooms, and it's just random. Or we could play like musical chair style games with that. Like call like one of the chairs the hot spot, and whoever lands in it is out. Oh God, the things we could do with that.
Musical chairs? Yeah, it's like metaverse musical chairs. All right, let's do it.
And then
Um,
also too, real quick, is I think Blockstone showed me like the leaf, and I think Cece, is that where you got your leaf from Blockstone?
Yes, that is one of the collectibles
Can
that
you
he gave me.
can you talk about that hack just for the people that are like not Blender advocates and don't know how to create hotspots, like what that can do for you?
Oh, yeah. So for me, it makes seating available in any of my environments, even without having to go into Blender. So I just upload this tiny little leaf, and you can change the size of the leaf. So you can make them almost invisible if you want. And you can embed them into any furniture. You could even just have them floating. For me, I put them in my tree to have a sitting tree. And it's just a really easy hack, a really easy way to get seating in a space that may not have seating. And then I haven't tested out the seating option with the plus for spatial to see if those leaves work. I'm sure they would because they're programmed the same. You can move them anywhere. So it would kind of be a fun, cool experiment to do.
That yeah, they should work. I was thinking of that myself if that would work, but yeah, it makes sense. They are programmed. It's just reading the line of code that you put in there.
So,
It's like
and
an
that would be a
hyperlink.
fun. Yeah, everybody take a leaf and then like go hide it.
Well, I think it's also good, like if you bring people into the environment, say like you have like a members lounge. All right, you walk in, you grab your own seat, you sit where the hell you want to sit. I'm not gonna put your avatar. You can go sit next to whoever you want. You can sit wherever you want. So I think that's also cool and gives someone a different experience. It's like you walk in, you have a VR set, you grab this GLB object, you place it down, and then that's where you sit. I think that's cool too.
Yeah, I love doing that. I always ask for like positions to place things when I'm in environments so I can like put my leaf down and sit where I want to sit.
I had a question for Owls. So for this feature for sitting, is it like everybody instantly sits down in like all the available space around you, or how's that working?
So the way that I used it, um, I actually was sitting in the Polygon social and I was in front of my stage where there were seats all around me, and then there was someone next to me. And what it did is that when you hit it, I think what it does, it renders. like from the beginning of the object it loading where the nearest seat is, and then it places them there, all the way till it gets to you. Now it automatically does it. It places them instantly. It doesn't like it just takes your character and just sits them down. Now I don't know how that's going to work if it's just if it just works if it's baked into the environment or you're bringing that GLB different asset. I don't know if it's going to read that. So that's a good test.
Yeah, I was curious, like, like you want to fill up the front of the house first, or you want to fill out a certain spot. You may want the seating to fill certain ways. So you may want certain hot spots to be prioritized over others. Like you said, sort of maybe there's tables in the back. You don't want them to show up over there, or on downstairs. You don't want them down there. You want them in the same room. So it'd be interesting to see.
Yeah, I think that'd be cool too if the hosts are all token holders, they're the ones that are able to move their own seat around, and everybody else gets to watch them and has to stand up.
Priority seating. I got it. Okay. It's like fast
Oh,
passing, fast pass
create that
seats.
FOMO. Ira, yes, my love.
I have a question to Jay. So I'm looking at the fire because I was myself trying to build the fire and I had a little bit of difficulties, but I can see that he has a fire here. And he was talking about the animation trick, but I'm looking at it and I feel like it's a video. Is
Yeah, I
that the
turned it
video?
into it's a MP4. But what I did was I took a like 2 second loop out of it and then rendered that out at like 5 frames a second so that it would render in and start playing one of the first things, and that way when you pop into the space there's fire there. I noticed in another space I went to early on that the videos they work in spatial, but the bigger they are the harder they are to load. So I made that one I think it's kilobytes literally.
No, that's such a clever idea. I was just trying to think, is that the animation? It's such a beautiful work here. Okay, thank you very much.
We're actually working on some animated fire right now. Actual like 100 or so what do they call it? Face count fire that's actually animated that with the flames that swing side and pieces that go up and stuff. And yeah, but that should be done in the next couple days. We're gonna airdrop those. Like the people that get these apartments, they get all those decorations airdropped to them. Well, in our Discord server, there's a whole channel where you can go and download all the decorations and stuff like that. I knew. Oh, it's still here too. This is one of the weekends NFTs over here. I forgot who I got that from. But yeah, this is one of the weekends pieces right here.
Uh-oh, am I rugging? Is Prism talking and I can't hear him?
Nope. Yeah, I was. It was awkwardly quiet for a minute there. Um, like I was looking at the piece that he was pointing out. Um, so can you hear me? Okay, Cece?
Oh, yes.
I'm fine on my end.
Yeah, I thought I had a rugging happening again, but Twitter has been pretty kind to us today. So thank you, Twitter, for that. Oh, Ira, you are full today, Ira. Give it to me, girl. What's up?
No, I'm just looking at the wearables, and I wanted to ask, I want to know more about the wearables. Please tell us about that. What's your ideas and how you're going to implement that? Because I'm also myself looking into that, but I want your perspective on what you're working on with the wearables. Is that for the Ready Player Me? How are you going to come out with that? Thank you.
The Right now we're just going to be doing them. We're working on a part of a page on our website where you're going to be able to log in when you get your luck spot. You'll be able to log in, snap the clothes to it, snap the wearables to it, and then you'll be able to do a GLB download or your choice of, I think it's called a FXR or something like that, avatar download. That's the one that's really popular with the Unity based metaverses like Monoverse and so forth. Ready Player Me, unfortunately, they're really busy. We've been trying to get on to Ready Player Me for a while, and it's totally understandable. But they said it would be they're looking for avatars. And then if you get an avatar in there, you're pretty much a shoe-in with your clothing because you can snap your clothing to that said avatar. So that's what we're working on with these Lux bots. So we're having to basically go back, get the Lux bots together, and those clothes there, they do work. Like I've got a VR chat avatar that wears the Versace looking outfit, but I wouldn't want to put these on Ready Player Me anyway because they look too similar to designer clothing that are out there right now. We're just using these for cool airdrops for people who know how to use VR chat and stuff like that, you know, because they do snap right to your Ready Player Me character if you know how to use. Hold on, what is that plugin called? Cats something or another. It's basically what you use to alter your Ready Player Me avatars. It's called on Blender. Let me get this. Cats, yeah, CATS. And yeah, you import your model, pull its clothes off. Don't worry, it's not naked. It's actually transparent underneath, so you're not going to see anything. And then you pull in the clothing, snap it to it, use cats to align the bone and the mesh to it and everything, and you're good to go. Just upload your SDK. The getting it onto Monaverse and VR chat, that unfortunately is a little bit complicated still, and that's what we are working on. Basically, our number one priority right now is to build something that's going to make that process easy to where you can download your Ready Player Me avatar, upload it into our system, or log in with your Web3 wallet, go into our system, snap your crypto Lex to it, snap your clothing to it, and then get your downloads, or hopefully one day upload natively straight to the platform. It's a work in progress. We're hoping to have it done by the end of this year though.
But Jay, so if you snap it on your body, you don't snap it on the body, you remove the body because sometimes, so what I've noticed then when you sit down, the bones will come out or the skin will come out if you stretch the clothes. Can you explain a little more about that?
Well, you got to get there's a tool that we use. I just don't have it handy in front of me right now. But yeah, you just delete the original clothes. But yeah, you do have to alter the bones and make sure. Like rigging is what one of my other guys do. Rigging is so not my thing. I leave it to them. But the way he said that they're set up right now, like I know that the watches are sized and ready to be rigged already because I've snapped a few of them to our avatars already and upload them just for testing. But the rigging is a nightmare. Like I'm still terrible. I have no clue how he does it, but the system that they're building, our coder Chris and our game dev guy is actually like certified by Nintendo and stuff like that. Like I don't try to learn things that aren't my speciality. My speciality is what I know how to do is I know how to find the people that know how to do the job, put them into the position to do the job, and then stand out of their way. Don't like harp them, don't like over the shoulder them, like let them do what they're good at. And these guys are really good at their job, so I just let them take the command and I present it to the world, you know. So I'm sure between Boots and Chris we'll figure this out because they're both incredibly talented programmers and game designers.
Make an NFT. Yes.
Yeah, man, I'm just super impressed with you guys. I think Hi C and I have run into other conversations very similar about the progress of making our wearables more accessible in all different verses. I'd really love to introduce you to a couple people definitely on the Unity platform. I think we're all starting to speak the same language, and I just want to say how much DAP I got to throw at you guys. It's fantastic. Just a great job. Also, just because you were throwing it out there, I'd love to slide into your DMs, good sir, but I can't do it currently. So if I can find you, I will. It seems like they're blocked out for non-followers at the moment, just to throw it out because I know a lot of people want to give you crazy alpha love. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm pretty bad at following people back. You actually have to like if I don't follow one of y'all back, like do the at thing at in like a message and like yell at me a little bit so I'll know that you're there and I can hit the follow back button. I try to go through the spaces while they're going on and hit the follow back button as they come up. There's another one. Yeah, I'm just really bad at Twitter, but like I got to the point to where like Instagram and Facebook are poison now. Like I avoid them like the plague, so I had to do the transition and hopefully by next year we all do the transition onto these VR spaces away from all of these poison platforms, you know?
Yep. No, I couldn't agree more. I am first and foremost a photographer. Making NFTs a partnership with three people. As we grow it, we're a partnership in our own VR space again and alt space with NFT Oasis. But I come from a photo background, so this has all been one jump at a time. And I always spoke with Instagram, and I'm just starting to find my voice on the Twitter spaces and around the VR ecosystem. So, like I said, I think I have a couple people in particular that could forward this discussion with you, and it'd be really interesting. So, thank you so much again. Really great job with the spaces. Beautiful.
Yeah, and I'm gonna reach out to AltSpace, and like we've been reaching out to a lot of VR companies and Web3 platforms like Monaverse and Spatial, and we're about to send out our big proposal. We're gonna do a couple of experiences and stuff, but we've noticed that a lot of these platforms are getting funding from outside sources, but they seem to be just spending it on just advertising across these platforms and stuff. And I'm like, no, you need to be finding the best creators on your platforms, giving them budgets to create experiences to drive consumers to your platforms. And we're writing up the proposal and everything now to send, and Altspace is definitely going to be one of them. But a
So,
lot of it's going to also be like the cross-platform stuff. Like I'm gonna go check out that thing in Altspace tonight. But yeah, we do need to be starting to connect these platforms with one another. Like I got onto Monaverse a minute ago. They were doing Monaverse Monday, and I'm like, really, guys? You know, we could pack both these spaces if we schedule this correctly. You know. But it was already too late. So yeah, definitely reach out to Motiverse and try to work that scheduling out, because like if we all attack at the same time and basically stick together, like as far as platforms go, yeah, it's not the same as like Web 2. Like we're not competition with one another at all. We're
absolutely.
more like cohorts, more like what do you call them when companies start other companies, like sister companies and stuff? That's how we
Absolutely.
have to treat one another, you know. But we also can't create unnecessary competition, because you got to remember Dunning-Kruger syndrome is still a thing at the end of the day. So you got to be able to recognize the quality and tell it away from the stuff that's just going to be fly by night, you know?
There's definitely some talk, and again, I dap Heisey because she is the queen of organization and getting somewhere and getting us somewhere. I just follow her around like a lost puppy. So, but I'm through a set of world builders on Altspace myself, so it's NFT Oasis, or a similar concept to what you guys are doing, but and just world based on Altspace. And funny enough, I've never really interacted too much on the platform outside of their different environments, but I still see a ton of synergy with you and them for what all the conversation is right now. So super excited again. I'm happy to get anybody sorted or set up and continue this adventure with you all. Let's lock arms. Let's go.
Thank you, Griff. You're always a wonderful energy in this space. I did want to do a quick safety round for everyone on the speaker panel. If you have any last thoughts, any last questions, or you just want to say, I love you, let's do it. We're going to close out the space on time today, or even a couple minutes early, which thrills me to no end. I just want to say thank you so much for joining us for Metaverse Monday. This was episode 18. We did an incredible AMA with Jay, representing Lux Studios and the wonderful environments that they're building in Spatial and other metaverses as well. So I just want to thank you all for coming, follow each other, like each other's posts. And as always, a rising tide raises all boats. Let's do this together. I will pass the mic to my co-host, incredible co-host, by the way, Prism.
Thank you, CC. Thanks everybody for coming today. Yeah, I'm floored with the three environments we saw today. They're just incredible. Thank you so much for sharing all of your knowledge and just being open, Mayor. Appreciate that. Um, what else? Oh, I'm doing a giveaway for my Friday giveaway. I'm going to do that in my space right after this space, so definitely want to follow me, and I'll be tweeting about that in just a minute. And let us know what you like to see in the Metaverse Monday like what we did right, what we're, just give us some feedback. Throw that in the bottom right, like just so we have good feedback for the next show next week. Thanks so much.
Jay, any last words?
Yeah, I was actually thinking about doing a YouTube series, but seems that y'all already have all this covered and everything. So what I'm going to do is build y'all some sets and let y'all do the YouTube show because I, yeah, I'm kind of pretty bad at it. I get off. If you haven't noticed, I have the attention span of a 9-year-old. So, like, yeah, it would not be good. But yeah, have y'all seen that? Apparently, there's a fake spatial that. I just want to be the first to say that I think that is kind of funny, but yeah, I'm looking at that on the Discord, like the warning about the fake spatial thing. But yeah, spatials, man, I can't wait to see all these new updates coming out and what the end of the year is going to bring. It's like they were saying in their space the other day, it's going to be a VR Christmas with all these new headsets coming out. So I highly suggest going to your space with the VR headset on first now before they get in there with their headsets on because they're going to see all the little cracks and all the little blemishes and all the things that you did not notice on that little flat screen. Trust me, I'm in like all three devices checking out my environments and I tell everybody like that's with when you build your environment, do that all three devices, even the VR, because like I have cracks and stuff in the Lux Lounge. Like y'all don't tell anybody, but yeah, I see them in the VR like broad as day. So that and texture baking, learn how to do it, learn how to love it. Lots of practice. Like I could send some videos and stuff, but I can't practice for you. It's literally, I watched the video and I still had to practice for damn near a month to get it right after watching like a ton of videos on it. So, but it's like a light bulb. Once you get it, you got it. So, like, yeah. And also, if you're going to texture bake your lights and shadows apart from your texture itself so that you can change the texture underneath and create your variations. Don't be a schmuck like I was.
I love all the alpha you drop. You just like little breadcrumbs. You just leave them lying around for Hansel and Gretel's like us. So thank you so much for coming on the show. You're an incredible attendee and speaker. So glad to have you. And I want to pass the mic to Creative. Any last words?
Great job and big welcome from the spatial guides and welcome to the spatial team. And I also invite you Saturday. We are having our Polygon showcase, and I want you to kind of get a glimpse of some of the other things that we're also doing in spatial. So you can also get another perspective as well too, and figure out how we can all collaborate in the future. But I appreciate you, Jay. Back over to CC.
Creative, if you wanted to pin a post to the top so everybody can check out the Polygon showcase happening this Saturday. It's a really great community event, an awesome way to meet and experience some really cool creators in the space. So yeah, Polygon Social this Saturday. Ira, any last words for us today?
Well, I just wanted to throw a like big applauses to Hi Cece, first of all, bringing Jay to the show. It's been very, very captivating. It's really, really good content here. I loved every second of it. And Jay, big applause to you because I can see like every detail. I'm super detail oriented, and every detail that you have created here, it was coming out from this big vision of yours, and the amount of work you've done, it's just amazing. I'm blown away because I came here before, but um, now you showing and explaining in detail is just blowing me away. Great job, and keep on going. I want to see more. Thank you, guys.
And I just wanted to let y'all know our site did go live yesterday, luxstudios.io with two X's in a Lux, Luxx.
Ooh, if you have a pin for that, you can pin it to the top. And then last but not least, we love Jay Griff, make an NFT. Any last words for today?
Oh, hey guys, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes,
Thanks.
I can hear you.
I'm still listening in here because there's just been so much alpha in this room. I just want to say thank you, really, for to all of you for holding this space, bringing great information and knowledge to the system, and can't wait to lock arms and grow with you guys. So many blessings, and let's go, family. Have a good one, y'all.
Thank you so much, everyone. It's been a beautiful morning with all of you. Morning for me, anyway. Afternoon for my East Coast friends. Tune in next week for Metaverse Monday. We will have incredible content for you. I want to say hello to my friend Vans, or Mom Talks Crypto. We have some really cool collaborations coming up together. So follow her, follow me, hit those notifications. We've got a lot going on. So we love you all. I'll leave this space open for just a few moments in case you haven't followed everyone. I love you guys. Have a beautiful day.